Hey, how you doing? My name's Mark with Desert Ammo Supply. We're going to do some tutorial videos. Today this one's going to be how to convert your standard military Chinese SKS from this with the wood stock and the attached box magazine to something that's a little more fun, a little more practical. We are going to put a Tapco Intrafuse system on it, which will convert it into something like this. It's composite stock over the wood. You get the top rail, the bottom rail. I added the side rails myself. You get the saw style pistol grip, collapsible buttstock, and today we are also going to put on a John Mason muzzle brake. I like these muzzle brakes. They're really good brakes. I notice a difference shooting with it. So let's go ahead and get started here. First thing you're going to want to do is check and make sure that your weapon is not loaded. First thing we're going to do anytime we work on our guns. We don't want any accidents. So open your bolt, do a visual inspection, make sure there's no round in the chamber, there's no ammunition in the magazine. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we're going to drop this magazine out like that using your mag release. We're going to release our bolt back into the forward position. Then we are going to take, and I'm going to tilt this down here so you can see what I'm doing as I go. A few tools that we're going to use today. A little jeweler's Phillips screwdriver. I've got a little brass hammer for removing pins. We're going to use a file today and a 3/8 inch ratchet socket for installing the handle. We're also going to use some punches and a regular screwdriver kit. Okay, so once we've opened our magazine up, return the bolt to the forward position, we're going to come back here. We're going to put our safety on, which is your thumb lever right here by your trigger group, and we are going to push on this button that's right here in the back of your trigger housing. It's very difficult to see, but it's that little button right there. Just push this guy in. It does take quite a bit of effort. Might be easier for you. Put the barrel down on the ground where you can get a little force behind it. Push in on that guy and pull out on your trigger housing mechanism. Alright. There we go. That can be a tough one. Now that we have that out, we can pull this straight back. That'll remove your trigger group. You can then lift this magazine up and out after we open the bolt, because it won't release the magazine until the bolt's back. So pull your bolt back, your magazine will pull right out. Okay, bolt will go back forward. The magazine can be set aside. Alright, next thing we're going to do is you're going to locate this lever on the back side of your rifle. We're going to rotate that lever to a 90-degree position, like so. Put your hand on your cover here to hold it, because it will have a little bit of spring pressure, not much. You're going to shake this out right here. That will allow this to slide back and come off. Alright, then you can remove your spring, your bolt carrier, and your bolt. Usually they come out in one piece. So now you have the complete internals removed from this rifle. Now this rifle is ready for the gas tube to be taken off. What we're going to do here, you're going to come up to your rear sight. There will be a little lever on the right hand side. That lever can be a little tight. I use my jeweler's screwdriver to get a good hold of it here. Slide that lever up. Rotate it just above the sight to where the pin lands in the second detent. if you go too far with this, there is a secondary piston inside this that is under spring pressure. If you go too high with this lever, that piston will shoot out across the room and you can lose it. So we'll keep this right at 90 degrees here. That allows this guy to come right out. Take out your piston. These will be good things to clean while you have your gun apart. Take all the carbon off of them. Keeps your gun functioning better. Alright, now that we have that taken off, what we're going to do is we are going to remove the stock, or we are going to remove the rifle from the stock. Easiest way to do that is to take, I use this. It's just like a little extra weight for a small hammer here. And let's say our extension for our socket. We're going to go right to the back of the rifle here. I just slide this right up inside there and just give it a couple taps. And the rifle will come right out of your stock. Alright, so we're done with this stock. Alright, so now you have your receiver and your barrel. All of your parts here are now removed from your old rifle stock. What we're going to do next is we're going to remove this piece of wood off of your gas tube. To do that, there's a small pin right here. We're going to pull this pin out. Let's grab a punch, find out which direction that pin was put in, and we will tap it right back out. Use our little brass hammer. Alright, that pin has been removed. The kit does provide replacement pins for this. I'll show you how to install those when we get back to that section. Okay, next we need to pull this housing off. It can be a little bit tight. You try see here if we can wiggle it off. If not, we might have to use something to tap it with here. Let's say, let's take our punch here, and we're just gonna wedge it right up against this and just tap it off kind of gently. There we go. Alright, so now we have that cap removed. We're gonna need that later for when we install the new stock. Now you should be able to just kind of give that a twist and pull the old stock off of your gas tube. Alright. So, now, where we're at right here, let me get my arms out of everybody's way. You have your SKS broken down into its components that are required for assembling the new stock. So at this point, why don't you take a second, clean these up, get all your bolt, your piston, everything nice and carbon free, and now we'll get to the reassembly.